I realized my relationship had already ended the night I found myself standing at a barbecue holding a plate full of burnt hot dogs. The smoke from the grill stung my eyes, but it wasn't that which made my chest tighten. Behind me, at the patio table, I heard her laugh. That exaggerated, high-pitched laugh she always used when she wanted to be the star of the show. Her friends were all there, the same ones who never really acknowledged me, like I was just part of the furniture that came with her apartment. Then I heard my name slip out of her mouth, followed by hers. Daniel. She wasn't talking about me. She was comparing me. "Daniel buys me flowers for no reason," she said, her voice bright and theatrical. "He even brought me soup when I was sick. Honestly, my best friend treats me better than my boyfriend ever has." The words hit me harder than the smoke from the grill. The wave of laughter from her friends that followed stung even worse. That cruel, knowing kind of laugh that says we all agree with her. I didn't drop the tongs. I didn't spin around or make a scene. I just stared at the sad, blackened hot dogs in front of me. And instead of anger, I felt a strange calm settle over me. My lips even curled into the faintest smile. For months, I'd been made out to be the bad guy for being uneasy about Daniel, her male best friend. Every time I raised concerns about how close they were, I was accused of being insecure, controlling, jealous. But in that moment, everything became clear. It wasn't jealousy, it wasn't insecurity. The truth was simpler. I had been dragged into a competition I never even agreed to join, and the opponent was the man she spent half her free time with. I took a slow breath, loaded the least burnt food onto a platter, and walked calmly over to the table. Smiling like nothing was wrong, I set the plate down and looked directly at her. "Daniel sounds like a great guy," I said evenly. The laughter died instantly. Her friends froze, glancing between us. Her face went red, but she tried to recover. "He is. He's a really good friend." "I know. I think I've just been insecure about it. You two have a special connection. I shouldn't stand in the way of that." The look on her face said it all. A mix of shock and smug satisfaction. She thought I had surrendered. She thought I'd finally accepted my role as the secondary man in her life. What she didn't know was that I wasn't giving up. I was acknowledging the battlefield she'd drawn, and I had no intention of losing. Over the next few weeks, I transformed into the most supportive boyfriend imaginable. If she said she was meeting Daniel for dinner, I smiled and said, "Great, have fun. Tell him I said hi." If Daniel texted her in the middle of our movie night, I'd pause the film and encourage her to answer. I wasn't being generous. I was setting the stage. I had watched Daniel carefully. The way his eyes lingered on her when he thought nobody was looking told me everything. He wasn't just a friend. He was circling, waiting for an opening. And Jenna? She thrived on the attention, but she also thrived on the stability of me paying half the bills. She wanted it both ways. So I decided to give him the opening he was waiting for, at a moment when everyone would be watching. Our friend group's annual Halloween party was perfect, the biggest event of the year. The stage was set. As the party approached, I pushed things further. Daniel was suddenly a constant presence at our apartment, sitting on my couch when I got home from work, eating my food, laughing with Jenna at their endless private jokes. She would flaunt his little gifts like trophies, a $10 book, a bag of coffee, a box of tea, each one presented to me as though it proved how sweet he was. Meanwhile, I was paying $700 in rent, the utilities, the groceries, the car insurance. So I started documenting everything. A spreadsheet, my contributions in one column, Daniel's in the other. Rent, bills, vacations, versus a book, some soup, a bag of coffee. The numbers didn't lie. Then came the costumes. A week before the party, I casually suggested she and I dress up as a famous couple. She hesitated, then admitted she'd already made plans. She and Daniel were going as an angel and a devil. I laughed like it was the best idea I'd ever heard. "That's hilarious! You guys will kill it! I'll just be a vampire." She was relieved, thinking she dodged a fight. What she didn't know was that I had just given her all the rope she needed. The day of the party, I played my bold. Her friends turned cold. Some apologized to me for ever laughing along. Jenna spiraled. Denial, rage, bargaining. At one point, she wrote me a long, tearful letter begging for another chance, promising therapy, promising she'd cut him off forever. I slid it back under her door with a sticky note. Too little, too late. By the time I moved out, she was back at her parents' house, reputation in tatters, her so-called perfect life in ruins. Daniel was gone. Her friends had grown tired of the drama. And me? I was free, peaceful, surrounded by people who actually respected me. The best part of it all wasn't revenge. It was clarity. I never had to scream, argue, or beg for recognition. I simply gave her the spotlight she craved, and when the curtain fell, the audience saw her for who she really was. She wanted better. Now she gets to live with her definition of better.